Hello, everybody, and welcome to the relaunch of Mind Under Matter. This is more of an announcement episode. Going to keep it towards the shorter side just to let you know a few things that are going on the expansion of Mind Under Matter. So we've over the last couple months, there's been all sorts of stuff's come up, a lot of amazing stuff and some rough patches and things like that. And there's just been some bandwidth issues. There's been some stress issues. And I like to, I do my best to take opportunities like that to grow from them, and we've come up with some fun solutions for the show. So Ramin is still on hiatus. He's dealing with some stuff. It started with me going on hiatus, and then Ramin. There's a whole bunch of stuff within the Mind Under Matter team and festival stuff. There's just been a lot of there's been a lot of stress and high stakes things and excitement and roller coasters and drama and just and then just bizarre stuff, just things that have nothing to all sorts of things that have to do with each one of our personal lives and nothing to do with the show or festival or anything like that. But Ramin is still out. We just keep on pushing back every week and it's just been I've just needed to relaunch this show, and one of the things that we've come up with is splitting some of the time on the show. So we're each going to be interviewing different guests, or at least I'm going to be interviewing different guests. I think that Ramin will be receptive to doing the same. But we'll still be on the show together, just not every single week. It was just getting to be too often, too much for me to put together, too much for Ramin to do the art piece every week. Just too much of everything. Both of us needing a break. We have put so much into this show, and because of the because I love building big things and investing, it's just been investment of our time and energy for 2 years, building this awesome show, building such a wonderful community. And now we have a bunch of other stuff going on that we also need to make time for as we're both doing more live performance. I myself, so just to give you an idea of some of the very, very exceptionally good news that has been happening lately, I have a residency in Vegas at Area 15. If you haven't heard of Area 15, perhaps you've heard of Meow Wolf, an artist collective out of started in Santa Fe, and got all sorts of interest and funding and built these spectacular, immersive art experiences, and then expanded into Vegas. This Area 15 and Omega Mart is what they have there. And now they're in Denver and opening up in Texas and going all over the place. I did I emceed an event there about a year and a half ago, and so before that, when I got the gig, I reached out to them and I was like, you guys need an immersive psychedelic comedy show, and I am the person to do that. And we got talking, and we have basically just been waiting on this one perfect room, this one space. If you look up Area 15, you'll see it's this whole crazy, amazing, interesting alien world with all sorts of different VR things and cool bars and restaurants and nightclubby things, but also like huge projection things, big art installations, and it's not a casino, which is like I've performed in many of casinos in my career, and I had no interest in doing anything like that. This is a art forward venue, and it's it's finally happening. So this room, if you look on their Wikipedia page, you'll see that there's been construction delays for a while, and it's frankly been putting like a little bit of a hold on my life, because this is something that I've been building and really looking forward to, and wasn't sure when it was going to open, and lots and lots of delays, and it's finally happening. April 23rd. It's Sundays. We're doing Psychedelic Sunday shows. It's not only going to be a show, it's going to be a meet and greet with people afterwards. Maybe some of you mummies want to get on Discord and coordinate and come and hang out. I think I might be able to talk Ramin into making the drive and carpooling with me to Vegas. We're collaborating right now on like the poster and a few other some pretty cool special treats. So we have that going on, and that was that was one of the big things that was adding to like high stakes things that were happening in December, and getting a lot of stuff straightened out for that. I thought I was going to be on tour starting in mid-January, and just this insane, all this crazy stuff happened. We had lost money on the festival, and we were figuring that out. We ended up getting finance and everything settled with that, but in the meantime, it had just created all this tension and all this other stuff, and things got kind of crazy regarding the festival and everything else, which is now going to be delayed. So that's the bad news. There's not going to be a festival this year. I do recommend going to the Casual Campout May 12th through 13th. If you're interested, if you were there last year, or if you were at the Mind Under Matter festival and you loved the space, check that out. It's I was there last year. It's a fantastic time. You could probably organize with some people on Discord and everything, and meet up there. But we just had too many things happen. Too much like internal drama, too many just bizarre things happened. Like along the way, I got social media accounts hacked. I got just like out of nowhere, rug pulled out from under me type stuff. There's careful on Instagram. There's a fake account at Shane.Moss. Good things have come out of it. Now I'm verified on Instagram, even though I don't spend much time on it these days. But that's just to give you an example of the various weird, bizarre things that have been happening behind the scenes that have caused delay after delay. There were a couple delays in December, and then I thought we were going to have like a Christmas episode, and just every week since then it's just been one delay after another, and it's been just hard to get the ball rolling again, and we weren't sure of a clear path forward. There's been stuff happening with the festival, like really good things. For example, I am in the process of so there's been like investors and actual like business people and things come in that really believe in it. And so now we have some more backing and some more expertise and things. And we are unfortunately probably going to be switching locations in coming years, which is something we planned on doing anyway at some point. And it's unfortunate because I had built a whole team of like 20 excited people around here. So hopefully we'll see. Maybe we'll go in the center of the country somewhere. I'm looking at some places in Tennessee and stuff. And super unfortunate because I thought it was going to be, really good 2 weeks ago. I thought we were relaunching and going to have big announcements for you about the festival coming for next year, and having tickets online and having tickets for sale when we have a whole Comedy Central Tales from the Trip coming out in like a week or two with Ramin and I both on it, where we're talking about the fest. Is meant to be promotion for it. With the Vegas show, having the festival to talk about, to help have cool things to talk about on podcasts, is going to help the Vegas show. The Vegas show is going to help sell tickets for the festival. It was all just, my goodness, I thought I solved everything. I thought I figured out the finances, the logistics. I thought I had everything not only figured out, but so much better than ever. And I thought we were like really ready to scale up. And there was just some stuff that happened. There was some interpersonal stuff that I thought could have been resolved with a couple of phone calls. There was just concerns about doing things during peak hurricane season, which I shared. I was worried about the whole time. And then we did get impacted by some weather last year, and just is a few things like that, some noise ordinance issues, and just all sorts of unexpected stuff happens when you put together a festival. And so we are moving. We're looking for a new location. We are excited to move forward. And one of the things that is coming along with this is that I have decided and figured out a way, and have, some people that actually know lots about the business side of things and stuff like that. And I'm putting together a nonprofit for the science communication aspects of what I do. So here we are, and the science talk aspects and booths and stuff aspects of the festival will all be under a nonprofit, as well as me trying to bring back my show Stand Up Science as I start touring with that live more and more. And so there's just a whole bunch of things like that have been going on that, for example, in that particular instance, it's not just a nonprofit, is way, way, way more complicated and takes longer to set up, which is causing delays, and just all of these things happened that I really, really, really wanted. I've been nervous to even record this, because I really just thought, I'll just do a couple more things and then we'll get it straightened out, and then I'll be able to announce the festival. There was a period of time in December that I was like, I don't think this is going to happen. I'm calling it. And I just got so many messages from so many of you that because it was toward the end of the year and people were reflecting on their year and just how special the festival was for them and everything. And so I pushed very hard to make this happen. No one has cared more about making this festival happen than me. I'm very heartbroken that it isn't happening this year, but it's going to come back stronger than ever in years to come. That is for sure. There was just a lot of on reflection, there was a lot of like corners cut and things that we didn't totally know what we were doing and things like that just now that we have a better sense and there's more people involved, it will just make sure that we just got lucky and everything went really well. But just making sure that we have a lot more in place for if anything does go wrong. And all of that stuff just takes a little more time. That I put that festival together so quickly and pulled it off was a miracle. It usually takes teams of people like a couple of years to put together a festival. So we are lucky that nothing major went wrong. And it ended up just being such a magical experience. So we're reassessing all that, finding a new place. Go to the casual camp out if you're in the Raleigh region and you want to check out a festival at that same venue. It's cheaper than ours is going to be in the future, because we're also scaling up and adding a bunch of other interesting options and stuff. I can't wait to dive into that more in a few months after the nonprofit's going and we found a new location. Feel free to write us or on Discord or Instagram or anything else if you have any locations for a festival that you recommend. And then there's just been a lot of other stuff happening behind the scenes of we had some time off and we all started doing our own personal adventures and branching off, and Rihanna got an awesome new job, and so it's great for her, but I've had to figure out a bunch of the admin stuff on my end of things and relearn a bunch of things that I used to do, and so there's been a few things like that. McCool had to get an editing job, or rather got an awesome editing job, but now doesn't have as much time to dedicate to this, to Mind Under Matter full time. So we're taking on some editing interns that, by the way, if you're interested in editing and want to learn more about editing, Matt's going to be teaching some classes on specifically using DaVinci Resolve as this free software that he uses, that he has become a master at through doing this show full time. And so there's opportunities there to learn from him. If you want to reach out to us on Instagram or on Discord. And we really need some social media people. If anyone just spends a lot of time on a particular Instagram or TikTok or Reddit or anything and feels like making some posts for us and things, if we can sort that out so that we can have the content for you. So we're just doing a lot of restructuring right now, and the first episode coming back in Mind Under Matter 2.0 is me and my very good friend Mike Kaplan, who is at the festival. He's one of my oldest friends in comedy, if not my oldest friend in comedy. We've known each other for 18 years now, and had a wonderful conversation. And then afterwards, we recorded a Patreon episode with where he helped me put together some of the stuff for Area 15. If you want to hear like a little behind the scenes kind of stuff that I do and writing session type thing. And then you'll hear, we mentioned like Rory Scovel and then an old friend of ours, Micah Sherman, on the show. So I've reached out to them. So there'll be natural, kind of a natural progression of how the shows go. And then additionally, just bringing in a bunch of people that I'm working with on this show. So I've needed to figure out a way how to make all of the things that I'm working on work together. So I'm booking some scientists and stuff relative to or that are related to some of the material and other things that I'm working on for other projects. And same with Mind Under Matter. I have it's a really cool opportunity. I have one of the creator of Comedy Central's Tales from the Trip that I've been a regular guest on. He's coming on the show to talk about his work and us working together on some things for this Area 15 residency, because it's going to be a whole immersive psychedelic show eventually, starting in the lounge with a cool backdrop and animation and all sorts of other things, and a digital artist and VJ, a video jockey, mixing things up and improvising and adding some stuff to my set. I'll probably have him on as well. I'm having one of the founders of Meow Wolf. It is this huge artist collective on the show. I've already reached out to Pete Holmes and some other people that you may have discovered me from, or just old friends of mine that you've never heard of, but just old Boston friends that I started comedy with, some stuff like that. And my hope is Ramin is going to do the same, as well as us getting back on together as soon as he's up for coming back. But yeah, all really, it feels weird not having Ramin here. It feels very weird. But already I've already recorded a few episodes, and it's not going to feel that weird for long. It's just going to feel like a natural expansion. It's going to expand. You're going to get more insight and a bigger peek, or a better peek into both of our lives and our minds through this, and having us involve more people. We have gotten feedback for a long time that we should have more guests on the show. I think I was actually pretty stubbornly against it for a long time. And then there's just things like just me getting burnt out, waking up in the middle of the night, stressing about thinking of topics for the show and things like that, when I have all these other friends and different people that I talk with about other topics that I don't need to like read a whole book and do a bunch of research and other things for. So it's going to be a fun, interesting expansion. Thank you guys so much for all of the Patreon support and for hanging in there. We had everyone, not just Ramin and I, everyone involved in like the festival of Mind Under Matter and everything involved. There's a lot of stress. There were a lot of like high stakes things that happened. There was all sorts of weird, random, unexpected crap that happened along the way. And it was one of those when it rains it pours situations. I think it was just that it's winter time, and winter is particularly difficult for people and mental health and everything else. And we all were just trying to accomplish so much, and a few of the systems and things broke a little bit. And so I am quite confident that we are back and better than ever. If you follow my Discord, you'll see that I have some, I've been sharing stuff about the Vegas show. I've also been sharing stuff about potential locations for the next Mind Under Matter festival, which I'm hoping will be like a year or so from now. You know, like as soon as it's warm enough next year in whatever location we pick, which if it's like Tennessee, it'll be, you know, maybe end of March or April or something like that. Maybe we find somewhere warmer. Maybe we find somewhere like Arizona or something, or Texas or something like that we could do one sooner. And again, an eventual goal is to have this be in a whole bunch of different regions, and have it be annually in a bunch of different regions. And you know, I'll need to build a team and figure things out so that I don't have to do all of that. But it's been exciting to build, and I look forward to growing. And that is it. I think that's I've missed all sorts of things. I'm sure I've missed a bunch of details. I'm just like cautious. I don't want to like talk on anyone's behalf, and I don't want to, I feel like I could sum up things like well, but I don't want to like mischaracterize anything. And so I'll leave it there for now, and then we'll just keep on giving updates and announcements on the show as it happens. And it's going to be great, guys. I think you're really going to like the Mind Under Matter 2.0. I know I've already really enjoyed working on it. And Vegas show, a better trip. It's a revamp of my Good Trip show and expanding on it. I did some meet and greets on Patreon recently, some focus groups rather, talking about it, and that's been fun to put together. So if you're on Patreon or Discord, you can have a part on figuring out that show with me. That has been so much fun to put together and tons of work. So do that. Check it all out. And April 23rd, it's going to be on Sunday, starting April 23rd. It's a 6-week minimum run. That it'll definitely be at least 6 weeks, but it's an expressed interest to keep on going from there. But if you come in these first 6 weeks, that's the only time that we definitely have a meet and greet built in. After that, there may not be meet and greets. So we can have a little Mind Under Matter reunion. Any one of those Sundays that any one of you guys want to come out, I'll be around after the show and available. If you end up hitting me up on Discord and putting some stuff together with people and letting people know that you're going to be there, maybe we can even figure something out on a little get together on the day before, the day after, or something like that. Who knows? Things are happening real fast. I will hopefully have some shows to announce. There was some major hiccups in figuring out touring because there's just been too many other things to put together. But I will hopefully have some other shows between Raleigh and LA where I'm heading to and driving to, and then I'm going to be based out of there while I start the Vegas residency. So I'll hopefully have some shows figured out real soon to announce. Lots more exciting, fun stuff being announced very, very soon. Thank you for watching, listening. Thanks for the support. And until next time, keep on salivating, honeys.